Caribbean Newsline is brought to you by the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc.
The latest report from the Barbados Central Bank predicts economic growth for the island. That's our top story in Caribbean Newsline for Tuesday, January 24. From the CMC News Center in Bridgetown, I'm Nicole Best. Good evening. And we'd like to thank you for joining us. The Central Bank of Barbados is predicting 2% economic growth for the island over the next 5 years. Governor Dr. Delisle Worrell presented his review of the performance of the economy on Tuesday. We get more in this report from Mary Claire Williams.
Central Bank Governor Dr. Delisle Worrell says that after turning the corner in 2015, 2016 saw an increase in economic growth. This was due mainly to recent investments in the tourism sector.
It is estimated that the Barbados economy expanded by 1.6% in 2016, with an associated decline in unemployment to 10% for the 4 quarters ending in September last year. Once again, there was no inflation, and the retail price index fell by 0.8% as at June 2016.
Dr. Worrell stated that receipts from other sectors have averaged about $1.1 billion since 2013.
However, the assets of international banks offering global services declined by 9% to $69 billion. The number of international business companies declined by 5% as at October 2016. The production of renewable energy has grown rapidly from small beginnings in 2012. During 2016, generating capacity reached approximately 23 megawatts, boosted by the introduction of a 10-megawatt solar photovoltaic farm.
According to the central bank governor, exports increased by 5%, while fuel imports are down 21%. Consumer goods increased by 6.8%, while capital goods were up by 6.5%.
Government's current account deficit for April to December 2016 is estimated at $510 million, a deterioration of $31 million on the previous year. Revenues declined by $6 million, mainly due to a $17 million decrease in revenue from personal income. VAT receipts were up $48 million, and the new National Social Responsibility Levy has yielded $8.3 million so far. Current expenditure increased by $25 million when compared to the same period a year earlier.
Dr. Worrell says the outlook is encouraging, and he's predicting a 2% growth over the next 5 years. According to him, in the near term, tourism services and construction projects will be the main engines of growth. Mary Claire Williams, CMC News, Bridgetown.
The Grenada government says it's making gains in driving down youth unemployment in the country. And Youth Minister Roland Bowler says since the new National Party took office in 2013, nearly 4,000 young people have been employed. Bowler was responding to a question posed by a local journalist during Tuesday's post-cabinet news briefing.
If you look around, you'd see several projects happening, you'd see hotels being built. They will have to take on people in the labor force when that happens. And the people who we are training most likely are the people we hope that will get the positions. We just spoke about the fact that we are expanding and looking to do more and to get more people into the Canadian Farm Program. All of those are areas. Just yesterday, we had an announcement from one of the construction companies. They're saying that based on the amount of jobs that they have now, they are looking, and they sent a request to Cabinet asking Cabinet members, can you help us find over 45 unskilled labor that they want for a new project that they're doing. They're soon to start a major project in SGU.
The previous National Democratic Congress hired roughly 1,000 young people under a program when it was in government. The Keith Mitchell administration says it has cut unemployment by almost half, from 40 to 28%.
I don't know of a country where you have been able to employ all of your citizens, but we accept that it is high. I don't know if it is the highest in the world. I have not done the research. That is something that is questionable and must be researched, as you said. But we acknowledge, yes, that among the youthful population, the unemployment level is high, and we're doing things to try and bring it down as quickly as possible.
Meanwhile, talks between the Grenada government and trade unions over compensation for public workers appear to have hit a snag, and Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell is calling for common sense to prevail in the negotiations for a one-off payment for sacrifices made during the Homegrown Structural Adjustment Program. Government is offering $1,000 to workers who have been in the service for over 1 year and $500 for those working less than a year. But the Public Workers Union and the Technical and Allied Workers Union, they're asking for 3 times that amount. They contend that the Mitchell administration can find creative ways to meet their demands. Both sides have agreed to meet again and to continue discussions on the matter. Police in Trinidad and Tobago are investigating a threat on President Anthony Carmona's life. The anonymous threat was received at the police command center before noon on Sunday. The caller, reportedly male, claimed to be from the army and said he was waiting by the savannah to offload shots for the president. The caller also threatened to bomb police stations. National Security Minister Edmund Dillon confirmed the threat and said while there was no credible evidence on the matter, security agencies were continuing to monitor the situation. He said the Defense Force and Special Branch had been informed accordingly and are taking the necessary action. Over in Tobago, the ruling People's National Movement, the PNM, has retained control of the House of Assembly, winning 10 of the 12 seats in Monday's election. According to the preliminary results, the newly formed Progressive Democratic Patriots, led by the President of the Public Service Association, Watson Duke, won the other 2 seats. The PNM had previously controlled all 12 of the seats in the Tobago House of Assembly. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley was pleased with the victory, which provides his party with a 5th consecutive hold on the THA. And he's promising there are good things in store for Trinidad's sister isle.
And I am pleased that we at the PNM, we have the authority of government at the national level, and at the THA, we have the authority of government at the Tobago level. And together, our campaign was partnership. And we mean that. And I am telling you that the next 4 years will be the most exciting 4 years in the history of Tobago. We are going to work together. We are going to achieve together, and we are going to progress together, because this country is Trinidad and Tobago. And Tobago, this is your time.
The PNM went into Monday's election under a new leader, Kelvin Charles, who replaced outgoing THA Chief Secretary Orville London. Charles is expected to be sworn in as the new THA Chief Secretary on Thursday. Staying in Trinidad and Tobago, the High Court has given 6 courier companies the go-ahead to sue the state over its implementation of an online purchase tax. Kamal Georges of CNC3 reports.
3 months after its implementation, the online purchase tax faces a legal battle. 6 courier companies have crossed their first hurdle, getting the green light to sue the Minister of Finance over the implementation of the fiscal measure. The online purchase tax was implemented after the budget last year on goods brought in by air freight only, a decision the leading courier companies are challenging, saying it puts them at an unfair advantage and has caused them to lose business. The companies also claim they were not consulted on the measure, which directly affects them. The matter was heard before Justice Ricky Rahim this morning, who informed the representing attorneys that he was satisfied that the measure can proceed and granted the leave. Attorneys representing the 6 courier companies indicated that they were no longer seeking to have the court suspend the measure until a determination by the court. Senior counsel Martin Daly, who is representing the state, questioned whether the application was filed in time. The companies have 14 days to file their application. They want the 7% tax quashed or applied to ocean freight as well.
Coming up in Caribbean Newsline, a new publication examines threats to regional security. We'll have that story and more after the break. Stay with us. Your business or promote your event through the services offered by the Caribbean Media Corporation and CaribVision. Our distribution provides a platform on cable, terrestrial television and websites. We cover carnivals and events from across the region. We can bring your event live and alive to the world. For music makers, program producers, businesses, we can expand your reach to in excess of 2 million households daily. Our other services include news updates to enhance your media products, studio space for program and development. We can facilitate the launch of new products and services and training. Contact us and we will help you unleash your creative ability, develop products and services, and provide the medium to watch them grow. Contact Loretta Skeet at cmccaribbean.com or call her 1-246-467-1044 or 1-246-253-3889. Call and book your carnival or event today.
Get ready for the Caribbean's most original carnival, Dominica's Carnival, Mass Dominic 2017, February 4th to the 28th. Revel in the splendor of a masquerade band. Experience the parades, the non-stop fetes, Dominica Nights, Dominiki Do, Mass Dominic, the real mass. Come, revel with us. Visit us online at dominicafestivals.com or call us at 767-255-8221.
The Jamaica Defense Force, the JDF, has launched a Caribbean Journal of Strategic and Security Studies, which broadly examines threats to national and regional security. The Volume 1 journal, which is produced in collaboration with the United States Naval College, covers topics related to local and international terrorism, arms proliferation, and the level and number of homicides in Jamaica and the wider Caribbean. It also addresses water and energy security and climate change. Prime Minister Andrew Holness welcomed the publication and described it as a multidisciplinary, multi-professional forum in which there can be an exchange of ideas. Kerry-Ann Smith of the Jamaica Information Service has more.
This journal was published by the Jamaica Defense Force and the United States Naval College. It covers threats to national and regional security, as well as water and energy security and climate change. Prime Minister Holness says the publication provides an opportunity for ideas to be explored and a common policy and action to be solidified.
We need a doctrine to deal with security that every single Jamaican can understand, support, and see their own role in making the nation safe. So for me, this is not merely an academic pursuit. We must make this accessible to every single Jamaican.
Students in Haiti have taken to the streets to demand that striking teachers return to work. The teachers, mainly in the Petit Guave area, have not been attending classes, demanding the payment of arrears and letters of appointment. Other teachers have joined the strike in solidarity with their colleagues. But students from various schools have been protesting in the streets, demanding the resumption of classes. The protest turned violent on Monday after the group went to the college Pierre Baptiste to ask students there to join the march. Eyewitnesses say the students threw stones and bottles at each other and later turned on the police, who arrived on the scene to maintain law and order. Still in Haiti, the Provisional Electoral Council, the CEP, has called on voters to exercise their franchise in the second round of legislative elections to be held on Sunday. CEP Executive Director Uda Antoine says the January 29 poll will be for the election of the boards of directors of the communal sections, the administration of the communal sections, the city delegates, as well as for 1/3 of the Senate. He also advised voters, political parties, political groups and candidates to ensure they know where their polling stations are. The CEP did not disclose the number of candidates contesting Sunday's elections or the number of voters. It had earlier indicated that campaigning would end on Friday. On Monday, President Jocelyn Prévert, accompanied by Prime Minister Ina Jar Charles, met with various regional and international stakeholders ahead of the polls. And ahead in Newsline Sport, a report on the first day of the regional Super 50 tournament. Stay with us. Sport is next.
What do you remember most about 2016?
The thing I remember most about 2016 is the election. I know that sounds really generic, but
no, okay.
The amount of elections I've seen in my lifetime, that's just going to be the most remarkable one for me of 2016.
Why was it so remarkable for you?
Because I think I'm at the age now where I'm starting to actually care about politics, and it was the first election I was actually watching and in tune with.
Really?
The jonkonu's fife, the rhythm of the drum, the strum of the pan, the lilt of the voice from island to mainland, all pigments and tones, old and young, his and hers, all we are one. You, we, me. This is UE TV.
We begin our sports package with cricket. Batsman Craig Brathwaite helped Barbados Pride set up a solid start in their opening match against Guyana Jaguars in the day-night fixture of the regional Super 50, which began on Tuesday. Brathwaite scored a sensational one-day ton to push Pride's total to a competitive 302 for 7 off their 50 overs. The opening batsman scored 101, while Jonathan Carter added 75 and captain Jason Holder chipped in with 31 at the Kensington Oval. Virasamy Pamal and Bishu captured 2 wickets each. Earlier, Jamaica Scorpions did not get the start they were looking for as they were routed by 17 runs in their opening match at the 3Ws Oval. Chasing 215 set by the combined campuses and colleges Marooners, the Scorpions were dismissed for 114 of 35 overs. Right-hand batsman Brandon King fell just short of his half-century. He was dismissed on 48, while the experienced Nikita Miller remained not out on 25. Right-arm spinner Mark Dial and pacer Kieran Harden captured 3 wickets each. Earlier, a superb innings from 19-year-old wicketkeeper batsman Amir Jangu and veteran Barbadian batsman Ryan Hines had set the stage for victory for the CCC. Jangu top-scored with 64, while Hines remained unbeaten on 39. Over to football, where there are concerns about the decision by the technical director of Grenada's national football team to resign after the island's Football Association gave him a failing grade for his performance. But Trevor McIntosh is claiming he never got support from the association. More in this GBN Television News report.
The recent events surrounding the resignation of the GFA's technical director Trevor McIntosh, many questions were raised about the reasons why this happened. The GFA issued a press release claiming that the former technical director received a poor performance evaluation and was given 3 months to improve on his delivery of the programs. Earlier today, the GBN Sports Desk visited the former technical director, who explained what happened. He said the evaluation given was very unfair.
On the Friday, the Thursday, 4 days before a launch of probably one of the biggest things that's happened for youth football in Grenada through the schools, I was presented with an evaluation report that was done on me. And when I read the report and I looked at the marks that was given in that report, I thought it was rather disrespectful. So upon that time, I decided to hand in my resignation. It was very unfair because for someone who's come here to help to develop football, that never had a department to run and never had the support from the executives.
McIntosh further went on to say that although the GFA stated that he didn't fulfill the demands of the position, he believes that he did a great job with the resources he had.
The only grassroots programs that are run are by various academies around the island. So all I had to do, because of lack of resources and the lack of respect from certain members of the executives, I then went around the island assisting a lot of these academies with balls and bibs, because that's all we had. We didn't have anything else. All I was told that my only accomplishment was sending a young lady to Slovenia, which I think is a very good achievement, because that young lady was the first in the Caribbean to get given a 6 weeks trial at a women's club in Slovenia, which takes part in the equivalent to the Champions League for men.
And over to Bermuda, where that country's football coach Kyle Lightburn believes national players are improving despite losing 4-2 to Canada in a friendly international at the National Stadium on Sunday. ZMB's Mike Sharp also spoke to Canada's head coach, who cautions that Bermuda is not a team to be underestimated.
Bermuda's new look, young national football team can hold their heads high today despite a 4-2 loss against Canada in a friendly international at the Sports Center. Head coach Kyle Lightburn said, as a country, progress is being made.
Canada overall, I thought they controlled the possession of the game, but I thought we managed the early part of the game pretty good. Got the go-ahead goal off of a corner. And then you can see their experience, they sort of took over a little bit. And once they made it 2-1, they went up 2-1. I was trying to say to the guys, just manage the game to halftime. You know, stay in the match, let's not concede another goal. And we managed to do that. And we got a goal off a mistake from their goalkeeper to bring it back to 2-2. And then we have a chance to go 3-2 up. We don't take it, and Canada punished us after that, you know. But overall, I'm happy with, you know, the individual performances. Canada, a team that, you know, one of the powerhouses in our region. And for such a, I would say, not our full-strength team, maybe not their full-strength team either, but it showed that I think we're making strides as a country. You know, I think everyone that's come out to the match today will be pleasantly pleased, you know, with the efforts that was put in.
Canada's interim coach, Michael Finley, said Bermuda showed that they are to be respected in the CONCACAF region.
I think Bermuda came very motivated. You know, they had the support of the crowd behind them. They're a federation that is, I think, on the upturn with the success they've had with their U20 program. And I think they showed that they have an interest in being someone who's competitive in the CONCACAF region. You know, from our point of view, it's a good way to end our 10-day project that we were in Florida and then came here to have a match. We're able to roll a number of players through. It's early days for them in their preseason for MLS, NASL, and USL. But at the end of the day, you play football to win, so we're happy to get the win. But we're happy to know that we have some lessons learned. We had everything in that game, and it's an adventure, really. So, yeah, at the end of the day, we're pleased with the application and our result.
And in Trinidad and Tobago, preparations are underway for the country's participation in the CONCACAF Under-20 Championship that's scheduled to kick off in May. Jesse Merrick of C-Sport has that story.
Trinidad and Tobago's Under-20 football team last played at a FIFA World Cup in Egypt in 2009. However, the current crop of players under the head coach, Brian Williams, is hoping to update that Wikipedia search. This year's edition will be held in South Korea from May 20th to June 11th. Before that, however, Trinidad and Tobago will be among 12 CONCACAF teams vying for a possible 4 spots to the World Cup from the CONCACAF Championship come February 17th to March 5th in Costa Rica. Coach Williams has had his team in a local camp in January and will leave later this week for another camp in Colombia.
It will be really important because we have about 7 games in Colombia, which we would measure properly, and we have 1 or 2 pro teams that we're looking to play against in Colombia. We're also trying to get the national under-20 team of Colombia. So we'll get a good measurement and a good preparation from that kind of competitive football out in Colombia.
The former strike squad defender is also looking forward to having that selection headache for that CONCACAF tournament next month.
Hoping that we get all of our players who are available for the national team. We have 1 or 2 guys who out on trials in Europe, Keston Julian, Nicholas Dillon, and we have Noah Powder now with Paris Saint-Germain, and we're also looking at young Mark Gangai, Mickelson to join us and stuff like that. Once we go, and we're also very optimistic that we will get Levi Garcia. I think once we get that 22 players into Costa Rica, it will be pretty fine.
And that's the sport. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Caribbean Newsline is brought to you by the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc.
Let's go to St. Lucia and ask Cindy what distinguishes the St. Lucia program.
I think by and large, everybody would agree that the programs across the region are very similar. And there are a couple of areas in which St. Lucia is slightly different. One of them is that the first of our program is largely developmental.
Grow your business or promote your event through the services offered by the Caribbean Media Corporation and CaribVision. Our distribution provides a platform on cable, terrestrial television, and websites. We cover carnivals and events from across the region. We can bring your event live and alive to the world. For music makers, program producers, businesses, we can expand your reach to in excess of 2 million households daily. Our other services include news updates to enhance your media products, studio space for program and development. We can facilitate the launch of new products and services and training. Contact us and we will help you unleash your creative ability, develop products and services, and provide the medium to watch them grow. Contact Loretta Skeet at cmccaribbean.com or call her 1-246-467-1044 or 1-246-253-3889. Call and book your carnival or event today. Again, the major developments of this day. The Central Bank of Barbados predicts 2% economic growth for the island over the next 5 years. And in sport, combined campuses and colleges Marooners breezed the curtain on the 2017 Regional Super 50 in style with a stunning 75-run victory over the Jamaica Scorpions in the opening game. That's Caribbean Newsline. For news and sport around the clock, log on to CarnaNews.com. We'll be back here again tomorrow. But from all of us at CMC News, thank you for watching. Have yourselves a good night.